This is my first video on World of Warcraft. I do a lot of taking with my blood DK. My other primary character is Unholy DK, or the other primary spec. I mean, I found myself tanking a lot of normal and heroic, and towards the Burning Throne. So I'm going to kind of improve on that just a little bit, especially my gear is not absolutely insane right now. See, at 957, it's been sitting there a long time. I haven't received a whole lot of gear since that point that I've been taking over the past about 4 months on that. That's my gear setup. Here's the all the damn. These are the relics. Nothing amazing there. Here's the talents I've set up at the moment. I like to keep spectral deflection up, purgatory, rune tap. Using a ring, it'll still give me foul bore work. The main thing I did is I set up weak auras, and these are the ones I have set up for blood right now. So show my runic power, runes. Rune tap's going to be on this graphic here. It'll show the duration of the rune tap, which is only a 3-second shield mitigation. This is going to be for blood shield. I want to try to keep blood shield up at least 90% of the time. By doing that, I've got a big absorb. I also got a leech buff, and if it's up while I hit another death strike, I'm going to get that additional damage bonus, which is 25%. Warns me in a raid if Agamar Fortitude's the trinket secondary buff hits. I also track Bone Shield, and when Bone Shield goes down. Consumption's another one to track. When it comes off a cooldown, it'll alert me. That gives you the extra 20% through the artifact trade, so it'll give you the extra 20% leech, and that'd be good for 4 other raid members as well. So here's how I got it set up. We're just going to open up here with Dancing Rune Weapon and Morrowind to get 10 stacks. Hit up a Blood Boil. Just bring Hard Strike up so we can bring up RP. Having a rune counter is really handy. Now I'm going to try to always keep that up. With a Blood Drinker. Oh, and I forgot about consumption. Keep that consumption up. And my rune's got a little low. I should allow it to get that low. When this is free, on Death and Decay, we're going to hit it. I'm not going to hit Morrowind yet. I'm going to wait till 7 stacks, and there's that 7 stacks. Alright, that's going to be free now. We're going to hit that, and that. It did drop for just a little bit, so we didn't get that 25%, but that's okay. We're going to try to keep it about 90% uptime on the Blood Shield. Blood Shield comes with a lot of advantages if you keep it up all the time. That allows you to use that in a cooperation with Rune Tap. That way you can keep your Icebound Fortitude, Anti-Magic Shell, and your Vampiric Blood always available as kind of oh shit buttons. There's consumption. I did miss the text, so I probably need to make that a little bit more visible. Still sitting at 10 stacks of Bone Shield. I really shouldn't have hit it that time, but as well. And in a real fight, you're going to be spending Bone Shields a lot faster, anyways. And that's primarily because the mobs will be hitting you a lot faster, especially when spectral deflection is up. But having that extra bit of mitigation right there sure does help. If I can hit 2 more times, boom, boom, and then that's the moves reset, so we're good there. Ooh, I lost Bone Shield. As shouldn't have done that because I guess I'll let the timer expire. Thought I'd be watching that a little closer. Should I worry about the recording? There was that. Of course, that's always going to come before my Blood Shield. Always Bone Shield, because that is our primary decay. Blood decay is going to be our primary source of Normally when I'm practicing my rotation, I avoid using Dance of Rune weapon except in the opening. I want to try to work on balancing my rune usage. To limit that as much as possible. There we go. Boom. I think it is the mouse or over the keyboard. Doesn't really matter. Going to be watching that timer a little more. And it will turn red when that timer gets close to expiring. Hit that one too many times. Assumption's up. Two more times. Boom, there that goes. We got a freebie. That, that. Boom. Let's test out the rune tap. We use that when we know the mob's about to hit us with something big. So that, along with the blood shield, should be for a typical fight all the mitigation you're going to need, except for times where you really, really need it. But I've tested it even with Heroic Agrimar's, even with his Foe Breaker. That actually works really well. That's warning me of the consumption. This here's warning me, hey, you need some more RP. And I need to do a better job of keeping that at least 80 at all times. It'll always keep you a little extra healing. They can always have in a pinch in case you need it. I should have hit that twice, but I did this. And that's why I come in here and practice. I need to reset the timer on the bone shield. And that did a good job at alerting me of that. I don't know why consumption is already back up. That's that one. Bone shield's dropping quite a bit, so we're gonna go hit that up. Got our freebie. And that's basically it with the rotation I'm trying out. Try to see as long as I can go with that. When I was much more awake earlier, I was just going through it just like nothing, keeping my runes available. I avoid using, of course, Dance and Rune weapon. And reason why that is, you know, in a regular fight, yeah, you're going to have a lot more availability of runes because you're going to hit that, get instant 10 stacks of bone shield. That'd always be nice. But while we're just testing around, it kind of helps to put a little hindrance on it to make things a little more difficult, because things are always more difficult to fight if you're having to move around, especially Heroic or Mythic Coven, where you're constantly running around. It's good to always have that on muscle memory. So you get that down, and I've noticed a big improvement, especially for survivability. It's very rare that I'm not the last one alive in the fights now these days, where that used to not always be the case. Anyways, about the setup, anybody wants a setup, I'll be happy to post that. I find that it works. It was easy to create it. Like it right there in the middle of the screen, easy to read everything. But anyways, that's gonna be it for the first video. Yeah, have a good one.